Hello and welcome to day 13 of our fall road trip across the United States. After spending the last day in just one location, we were back on the road today and for one last time on this trip. This final leg would take us across the Midwest from Sandusky, Ohio, through Indiana and into Illinois, with our final destination being Chicago. There were a couple of choices we had as far as the route went, but we plumped for the most direct and fastest. Still a 290 mile slog, but nearly an hour quicker than the alternatives. The only downside to our I-90 route was the tolls. We racked up nearly $20 in tolls, which was a bit annoying, but saving an hour was priceless. Overall, the drive was pretty eventless. It was just pure interstate the whole way. We stopped briefly for lunch, but were fairly limited in options, ending up with a pretty sad looking Popeyes chicken. The only really eventful moment was the snow. We headed into what looked like a heavy rain shower, but instead we found the rain to be rather white and snowy. But other than that, we just ploughed on. The weather turned into a glorious blue sky day as we approached Chicago. The temperature though had plummeted, down to 40 degrees Fahrenheit at times, but with fantastic views of the Chicago skyline as we approached. But it was clear winter was coming. We headed straight for our hotel in downtown Chicago, but only to drop off the bags. We were returning the hire car to the Avis Rental Centre in North Halstead, and then we hopped on the L at Wrigley Field and back to the centre of Chicago. We had chosen to stay in the rather swanky Pendry Chicago, situated in the iconic and stunning Carbon and Carbide building, right in the heart of Chicago. For this leg of the trip, we had treated ourselves to a little luxury and booked the Pendry via the Fine Hotels and Resorts perk of our Amex Platinum card. This got us a bunch of perks such as early check-in, late check-out, welcome drink, free breakfast, room upgrade and $100 in resort credit. The lobby, check-in, bar and lounge areas were all really swanky, and all the staff were really polite, friendly and helpful. Our check-in agent really went the extra mile and helped us with directions, advice and restaurant suggestions. It was one of the best welcomes we've had at any hotel anywhere. Our room was really nice. While they could not provide us with an upgrade, we did get a high floor and a decent view. However, this building is not known for its views. Everything in the room was modern and luxurious, with plenty of stone, wood and high-end fixtures and fittings. The bathroom was all marble and stone and finished in a modern minimalist style. There was a very expensive minibar available, but we were disciplined enough to leave that well alone. The final touch was the gorgeous bed, large, plush and devilishly comfy. We wanted to dive in and just melt away after the long drive. However, we resisted the surge for now and instead headed out into the cold Chicago afternoon to make use of the gorgeous light the winter sun was pouring on the city. Pendry is incredibly well located, right in the heart of everything, so heading out to explore put us right in the intersection of Michigan Ave and the Chicago River, basically the very centre of the city. We decided to take a nice stroll down the Riverside Walk. The Chicago River is the lifeblood of the city and runs right through its heart, so taking a walk along its banks is the perfect way to get a feel for the city. The Riverwalk creates a phenomenal concrete canyon effect as the skyscrapers rise up along the banks of the river. This public space is lined with cute little cafes, seating areas and stunning views of the city. It's a perfect place to hang out and enjoy some downtime in the spring and summer. However, this late into the fall, the temps meant there was not much open in the way of alfresco dining, so we just hiked along the Riverside Walk, taking in the stunning views of the city.
Yeah.
We walked all the way down to the lakeshore front and picked up the Lakeshore Trail, but just walked a few hundred metres each way for the views of the lake and back into the city as the sun was starting to set. We then hiked back into the city to do a little shopping, mainly stocking up on winter essentials, as we had both not really come equipped for the winter weather that was now brewing. After this, we decided to hit the hotel bars. We had a nice welcome cocktail in the lobby bar and then headed up to the Chateau Carbide, the hotel's absinthe-based rooftop bar. We had a few amazing cocktails, using up a little of our resort credit, and took in the amazing views from the rooftop terrace. As you can see, this is a stunning space. However, we have to add a dose of realism. We could barely spend a minute out on the deck as it was so cold. Yes, we could have wrapped up warm and hunkered down, but we wanted to be dressed a little sharper than that. It was still a great experience, just one that would be a bit more comfortable in the warmer summer months. After all this, it was time for some food, and in Chicago, there is always one item we crave more than any other: Chicago deep dish pizza. Just across the DuSable Bridge from our hotel, in the Wrigley building, was an outlet of the legendary Lou Malnati's Pizzeria, so we headed here to pick up dinner. We had a really nice plush hotel room, so figured we would utilise that for dining tonight, bringing home a large takeout pie, the 6,000 calorie large Malnati Chicago Classic, with sausage and extra cheese. And yes, it was as good as it looks. That's all for today. Tomorrow we whip out another Go City Pass as we hit the city's attractions hard, and we get a nice little surprise during our breakfast. Make sure you like and subscribe so you know when that video drops. Bye for now.